Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour because we want to give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time live on the Drive-Thru, as we give you live free sports picks from the primetime games and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. And let's take a look here on YouTube here as we broadcast. Let's take a look at who'll be on the show for today's. We got James Clark, number one in the NBA, just doing fantastic work. Chris Ruffalo. We got Alex Smart, who's smoking up there in the leaderboards as well. Tony Brown with us, Ninos, Zawacky. And of course, let's take a look at how they'll line up for today's show. Smart, Brown, Ninos, Zawacky, Ruffalo, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, ready for the show today as we're winding down the NBA regular season.
Yeah, I know, but that just means we're one step closer to playoff basketball, my favorite time of the year. So it's sad to see the NBA, the regular season go, but I'm excited for the playoffs.
I'm excited for the playoffs as well, especially that play-in round to make it really, really interesting this year. Let's go ahead and welcome to the show right now Alex Smart. You find him over at Pig Dogs. Him doing fantastic work. See him top the leaderboards. Alex, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing great. All right, we're going to baseball here. American League Red Sox to host the Athletics, 7 Eastern Time. Boston laying $1.24, total 8.5.
Yeah, this is sort of like one of those games. It's an enigma game, I call it. I look at it, and I think we look around and we see how explosive Boston's been early on in the season. So, we look at the total and we think, hey, a lot of people are looking at it in a general term saying, hey, that's a beatable total. But I'm not really so sure. I'm really liking the under here. Number one, I'm looking at Chris Bassett, and Bassett, this guy's slider is unbelievable. I mean, it's becoming legendary, and he's not easy to hit, and he's not going to be easy to hit here tonight. Evaldi, when he's on his game, we all know the Red Sox, Evaldi, when he's on his game, the guy can throw some heat. I know he's not consistent, but my power ranking suggests the batting order versus this pitcher, it's going to be difficult. You have to remember with Oakland, this team still, despite of their decent record, they're only hitting .219, and as a team, and things are just not, they're not moving that ball. We're talking way below the Mendoza line here. I don't even need to use that phrase. And the Red Sox bullpens have been good too. In home games, they have a 3.72 ERA. So I'm looking at this whole thing, and the numbers beatable for an under, definitely.
All right, we got Alex Smart here going under the total here, and we'll get the number up here. Under the total, 8.5 here, Oakland and Red Sox. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I liked it better when I saw it at 9, depending on where you look. I think 8.5 is sort of around that number where I feel slightly uncomfortable, but I think it's going to get close to 8.5. But I'm with Alex. I don't think it's going to get over that. I think you have two pitchers in Bassett and Evaldi who are better than their numbers would suggest this season. And like Alex said, Bassett's got a nasty slider, and Evaldi can hit 95 with regularity. So I think there's going to be a lot of missed bats tonight. I like the under as well.
All right, agreement here on under the total, 8.5 here, Athletics and the Red Sox. This one will begin here at 7 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Prim, where you're doing fantastic work, nearly 1,500 units of profit the past 7 days. It's absolutely on fire. We got baseball up there on the board, full board here. Some NBA as well. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We've got some NBA, and we have a 3-pack of NBA tonight, a couple of totals, and one side. And we have a short money line favorite hooked up here this evening for baseball. And that's it. Hopefully winners.
Let's get some winners here from Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 1,447 units of profit past 7 days. Get on board with that one-day pass tonight, and of course, then make that upgrade to long-term pass. Alex has a 3, 7, and 30-day all-sports pass. You'll get every play that Alex releases over at Pig Dogs Premium for that set of time that you choose when you go over the profile page and you make the purchase. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
Take care, guys. See you later.
All right, Alex Smart here on the Drive-Thru. All right, let's continue on here with our coverage. We'll go over down to Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome into the show Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He does some fine work. Once in a while, you'll find him over on the morning show with Mitch and Company. It's been a while there since we've seen you in the mornings there, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to send an email. I don't know if I'm fired from the morning show or what? It's been a minute. I'm ready to come back. I'm not that sleepy.
All right, Tony Brown, we get you up for the early morning. All right, we're gonna we dodged the Laker game tonight. We're gonna go over to the Sixers and the Pacers. Pacers to host the Sixers. 76ers road favorites, 5.5. Total sets to 234.
Yeah, I'm going with the Sixers. It's a lot of factors just besides the fact that they're good. It's a big motivation factor in this game. If they lock this game up, they lock the number 1 seed throughout the playoffs. And that's important. You want as many home games as you can. If you just win all your home games in the playoffs, you'll win the championship when you have the number 1 seed. So they win this game. They get the number 1 seed. They can rest Embiid. They can rest Simmons. Embiid is like questionable tonight, but I think he's going to go. It's non-COVID related, just like a cough or a cold like I have. He's a superstar athlete. He's going to go. Sixers have won 8 straight. They're the 3rd best team in the NBA. They have 48 wins, and they're the best team in the East. They're better than Brooklyn right now. They're better than Milwaukee. And you got to give the props to Doc Rivers, man. We spoke on this show last year, and you were asking me who I was worried about the playoffs. And I was like, well, I don't really like Philly because of Brent Brown. You know what I mean? He doesn't use Embiid right. He does a lot of bad stuff. And in comes Doc Rivers, and boom. Embiid's like an MVP candidate, and Philly's number 1 over there. So I think they keep the momentum rolling. Indiana's not much to play for. I don't even know if they're in the playoff game, and 6 points not a lot, a couple baskets. Philly gets the win and cover, locks up the number 1 seed tonight.
All right, Tony Brown here. Going to go here with the Philadelphia 76ers here, laying the points against the Indiana Pacers. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup with the Sixers laying points here on the road?
Yeah, 2 teams that have their fair share of injuries. We've seen Indiana deal with the loss of Brogdon, Jakar Sampson, finally getting Sabonis back, and we always see at least one of Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons on the injury report. So I think this game's going to be a playoff type atmosphere. I think you're going to see both teams need to win. Philadelphia for the number 1 seed in Indiana just to jostle for position in the play-in spots, but I like the under here personally. I think it's going to be a very physical game and a low-scoring game at that.
Yeah, looking toward the under here on Chris's side. Philadelphia, of course, 1 game, either a win by Philadelphia, a loss by Nets, or match number 1 to clinch the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So Tony Brown here says they'll take care of business tonight, then they can rest their players and get them ready for either a week from Saturday or a week from Sunday when they begin game 1 of their playoff series. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pig Dog. We got a lot of NBA. We got some baseball on the board as well. What do you have going on over the site?
I have my Tuesday triple play up, but the San Francisco Giants was a pick in my baseball pick, so they already started this morning, so you can get my NBA and my NHL top plays. It was my top 3 plays from all 3 leagues. One of them already started. It looks like we're going to bag up a win in San Francisco. Don't miss out on the other 2. This will be my NHL and NBA top plays. And then, like you said, the playoffs are coming soon. All of my packages include playoff picks, championship picks. Everything's all inclusive, so make sure you jump on one of those passes, 3, 7, 30 days, or for the full VIP year, and let's make some money.
That's right, guys. Make some money here with Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs Premium. We've got a lot of action there on the board tonight from the NBA and Major League Baseball. He's got his 2 best plays going on from as he told you. So get on board with those, and of course take those winnings from those plays and make the upgrade to the long-term pass, 3, 7, and 38 pass, or you can get one of his season packages right now, like the NBA from Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Tony, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. I'll bring those winners home, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
Awesome, man. Always good to be here. Before I go, I want to give a shout-out to my godson. He turned 12 today, Brent Hubbard, out there in California. Happy birthday, son.
Happy birthday, Brent, as well. All right, Tony, good night. We'll talk with you in a couple days. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru as we continue on with the coverage, guys. Just a reminder to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with the morning show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. You got Mitch, you got Rod Zawacky, Brian Bittler. And, of course, then we have those 3 YouTube shows, those premium YouTube shows. To find out more information about the YouTube premium, subscribe and order those. Follow the link below. That's some really good information, great value there. And, of course, as always, guys, we ask for you to give us those thumbs up, those likes. We greatly appreciate it. That helps us move up the rankings and helps us build our audience, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, absolutely it does. I mean, while you guys are already down there looking at the subscription button, you can always click that thumbs up for us. Like Tony said, we really appreciate it. I don't know if we can ever really quantify how much that really helps us out. All the support it's helped Pick Dogs grow from just an idea early in February last year, and now look at 40,000 subscribers strong, many more to come. And again, it's all thanks to you guys. So keep up the luck, keep up the support. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's closer to 45,000 now, moving toward
there
50.
We go.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's moving quickly. It's moving quickly. All right, let's continue on, guys. Those thumbs up, those likes, keep them coming in throughout the show. We greatly appreciate it. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to bring in Al Ninos to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Al has got a baseball pick for us tonight. Let's see if we can dial him in right now. There he is right here. Al, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Braves to host the Blue Jays, 7:20 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings Channel. Blue Jays, the road favorites, $1.13. Total sits here at 9.5.
Yeah, I think it's come back down a bit. They opened up as small dogs, and as you mentioned, went down to 115 around there. So you see it about even money right now. But yeah, the Blue Jays have done pretty well against this Atlanta team. They're 4-1 the last 5 meetings, including all 3 games this season. So there were some question marks about who would get the start for Atlanta, but it looks like it'll be Bryce Wilson, who's really struggled this year. He hadn't looked good at all in any of his starts, and he was getting worse with each one before getting sent back to AAA. But he did get called back for another start here, and I think I'd like this play better as a dog, but obviously knowing Bryce Wilson's getting the start is worth laying the little bit of juice here. And I'm taking Toronto here on the money line.
All right, El Ninos here, going to go Toronto here, -111 against the Atlanta Braves. All right, Chris, of course, with Robbie Ray, this year he's shown some improvement. You always got to worry about those walks, but you can't argue the 29 strikeouts, 9 walks in about 29 innings this year.
Yeah, I think not only the walks you have to worry about, but he's also prone to giving up the long ball. But, I like the Jays here as well. I think Bryce Wilson is not the same Bryce Wilson that we saw in the playoffs last year when he emerged as a bit of a nice story and came in and pitched really well for the Braves. Hasn't worked out this season. He's struggled in interleague play. He's got an ERA over 10 in his career. So call me a homer, but I'll take the Blue Jays here as well.
All right, Creamy here on the Blue Jays, -111 against the Atlanta Braves. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Tonight we got a lot of baseball on the board. We got a good board of NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Got a little 5-pack going off with 3 MLB plays, my best NBA and best NHL bet of the night. And then each sold separately as well if you're only into one sport. And as we always mention, the best deals are always the long-term passes and the 2-for-1 cappers. You get all sports from 2 cappers for a great deal, so it's hard to beat that.
That's right, guys. Got on board here for El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's got 2 plays going on tonight. His one-day pass. Get on board with his best bets for tonight. Of course, take those winnings. Make the upgrade to long-term pass. He also does hockey. He's got the end of the season hockey passes up there for you at a great value. But that 2-for-1 capper special, you can match out with another capper of your choice, of course, on those long-term passes, and you get really great deals when you do that. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. Probably will talk to you sometime this week.
Yeah, you know me. I'm always ready, Tony. Always looking forward to that. So you guys have a good one, and looking forward to be on here as soon as you need me.
All right, El Ninos here on The Drive. Do appreciate his contributions to the show. Always available here at a moment's notice when needed. All right, let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. Here joined by Chris Ruffalo. No break for you today, Chris. We're going to work you through the show.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. I figured it was coming. I figured I didn't earn one yet. So.
All right, let's continue on and welcome Rod Zawacky. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Rod, how you doing tonight?
Doing good tonight. So.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. ESPN game tonight. Baseball. Rays to host the Yankees. A Yankees road favorites, $1.17. Total sits at 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna this Yankees team off of their nice 7-2 homestand. Their bats have woken up. They're starting to hit the ball, come to life. They're ranked 10th in batting average, 5th in OPS. There's been no hotter player in the last couple of weeks than Carlos Stanton. He's hitting a nice 440 with a 1.260 OPS. Yanks 7-2 their last 9 games, as I said, off that nice homestand at home. And you look here, the Rays 2-5 off of a day off. They're also 1-5 their last 6 at home as a dog. Montgomery started here 1 game already, and he got a win. So let's make it 2. I think the Yankees bats are just going to be too much for the Rays here. I like the Yankees on the run line here.
All right, Yankees on the run line, looking obviously at the current form here, not the head-to-head here, Chris.
Yeah, it's for me, this one, I'm having a hard time just stomaching Jordan Montgomery. I've always had an issue with him, but there's no doubt he's pitched well this season. Luis Patino for the Rays, we haven't seen much of him throw, I think 95, 96 with regularity as well. But again, not much of a sample size there, so it's hard to say. I lean towards the Yankees on the money line just because we're getting a good price with it, but I can also make the case for the run line to stretch out the value.
All right. Of course, I got to ask you this question here, Rod. When you're looking here, Yankees, Rays, we know the Rays have had success here against the Yankees, winning 5 of 6 this year. Then when you look at Montgomery's 2 starts against Tampa Bay, he's given up 4 runs in each game, 8 runs allowed in 11 innings.
Yeah, and only one of those and he's only given up 1 home run. If you look at how he's pitched compared to the other teams he's faced this year, he's given up a lot more long balls than he has against anybody else. So he's actually, when you look at the numbers, Montgomery's actually pitched his best stuff against this Rays team this year so far. All
right, Yankees here run
and also you look with Chris's note to that pitcher, that's definitely a bullpen game. He's going to go 2 at the most innings. He does have a solid fastball, pitches it lights out, but he's only going to go 2 innings. So they're definitely going to. Both teams, it's a bullpen game for both teams here. How far is Montgomery going to go? They're going to hope he can get 5 out of them, but the Rays definitely 2, 3 at tops for that guy. So for me, the Yankees bats have woke up. I think they get a little bit of revenge here from the 1-5 start against the Rays this year. Rays took advantage of the Yankees bats being ice cold at the beginning of the year.
And that's a good point you bring out by the months, because that's usually when the bats are cold, in the first month of the season. So now we get into May, and now Montgomery will be, I should say, now the Yankees bats here will be a lot better, as you're saying. They've improved here as time has worn on.
Yep, they've started to heat up and get things rolling. Like we know the Yankees will get enough wins to find the postseason, as they always do.
All right, Rod here, Yankees run line -1.5 runs plus 130 against the Rays. This is your game on ESPN tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work in baseball. 534 units of profit. That is all documented over the site. When you visit his profile page, you'll see every play he's posted. It's fully transparent. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tonight I've got Top Shelf Tuesday. I've got 3 MLB plays, 2 NBA solid plays. These 5 top shot plays over there, again, for $34.95 off a nice winning day yesterday. We're going to keep it rolling with these Top Shelf Tuesday plays. I love these 5 best bets. Jump on over Big Dogs Premium and climb aboard. Let's get some more winners.
All right, guys, get more winners here from Rod Zawacky over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, you see the results here, 534 units of profit. He's got that 5-pack up there for you. Pick it up. And then, of course, make the long-term pass to 3, 7, and 38. Pass every play that Rod releases on the site. Add another capper for the 2-for-1. You might want to watch Rod with Chris, Rod with James Clark, who's smoking right now in the NBA with Big Al, with Little Al. The 2-for-1 capper special is your best value there going long-term. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. I know you're part of that YouTube Premium shows that are running right now. Of course, they can find information by the link below, right?
You bet. If you just follow the link below here, you can get the $50 package, and it'll get you 8 picks. It'll get you 3 in the morning. We're not sure if we might keep the morning. It's a work in progress, because there's some days that there are no morning games. So instead, we might move that $50 package. You get 2 in the afternoon. But anyways, great value there. Or the best value is the $100 VIP live show. You get everything you get from the $50 package, but you also get the bonus live VIP show where you can ask questions on what game's going if you haven't, and we'll try to answer what we can on any questions. So that's your best value there. You'll get all the value from the $50, plus you'll get the live VIP premium show where you're free to ask questions on games that are going, and we give you that late info, late steam moves, all that kind of stuff. Can't go wrong with VIP. Jump aboard.
Jump aboard, VIP there, YouTube Premium. Great value right now. Follow the link below in the description and get on board. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll tune in tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show with you, Mitch, and Brian Bittler.
You bet. Tune in tomorrow morning. We always have some fun. And get some more winners there as well.
More winners there. Rod Zawacky's been good to us here on the drive-thru. Have yourself a great night. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time. Well, it's time for is it? Yes, it is. Chris Ruffalo. Time to make a pick here. It's a team that's near and dear to his heart. Playing right now as the Raptors will be in their imaginary home here to face the LA Clippers. With the Clippers road favorites of 13.5, total sits here 217.5.
Yeah, Tony, I think you missed a letter at the beginning. We talked about it in our email chain. Yeah, these aren't the Raptors that are playing. These are the Toronto Crafters, because this team is officially eliminated from the playoffs. This is not a very good Raptors team. It never was. There's always going to be something wrong with this team. They had high hopes going into the season, but you could just tell this team didn't want to play in Tampa. They wanted to be in Toronto, but now they don't have to worry about going to the playoffs and playing home games in Tampa because, well, they're not going to be participating in the postseason. And, I think we're going to start to see tank mode for the Raptors. You look at tonight's injury report. Aaron Baines is out. Chris Boucher's out. OG Anunoby out. Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, all out with rest. Guys, this is just a shell of a Raptors team that's going to be taking the floor tonight. You know what? It's the Clippers don't have much to play for here. They're pretty much locked into where they're going to play. But you want to get momentum built up here. You want to get guys, still in rhythm, because like we talked about, the playoffs are just around the corner. And you got probably Kawhi Leonard and Paul George going tonight. When they're both on the floor for the Clippers, they're 25-15 against the spread, 9-4 against the spread as a double-digit favorite, and 6-2 against the spread when you have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard as a double-digit favorite. In that spot, they're beating teams by over 14 points a game. So I got to take the Clippers here against this, like I said, shell of a Raptors team.
Yeah, you got a patchwork lineup here going for the Raptors, but the Clippers, what are you playing for? This is your road trip at the end of the season. This is a 4-game road trip here for the Clippers. You're going to be at Toronto, Charlotte, Houston, OKC. I don't know. Going on the plane here, I don't think the Clippers are looking at this saying, let's just get this season over. We don't care. We're going to be a 4-seed or a 3-seed. Doesn't matter to us. I have trouble here with laying 13.5 here with the Clippers, because I've seen it too many times where they just don't show up. And when you look at the schedule, and we're going on the road for 4 games, guys, and we can get a 3-seed or we can stay in the 4. We're going to have home court in the first round. But here's our opponents: Raptors, Hornets, Rockets, Thunder. Your mindset going into this road trip is it's a vacation. Let's just stay healthy. Yeah. Let's don't play defense. I mean, this is what I'm worried about here with this type of spread here, because I know it's going to be a patchwork lineup. I know it's the G League for the Toronto Raptors, but the Clippers they may play down to a G League level. That's the thing I'm always worried about here with this Clippers team, because they're more than capable of losing this game or even not covering this game. Because again, going into this 4-game road trip at the end of the season, you're playing a lot of crappy teams here, Chris.
Yeah, I will say this: I liked the line better this morning when I sent in the pick at around -11.5 or 12. 13.5 is a big number, but we got to also remember the Clippers did play with a patchwork lineup against the Grizzlies earlier this season and beat them by double digits, and the Grizzlies are now a playoff team. You look at it. We've written off certain teams before that, saying, oh, well, it is a patchwork team. They're probably going to get killed, and they've made me eat my words, hence why I'm this shape. But, the Raptors, like I said, I've watched this team pretty much all season long. I can tell you, they've mailed it in. They have really no care to play these games. The Clippers may not either, but they want, like I said, they want to at least go in with some momentum. And two All-Stars be damned. You still want to be at least not have the tag hanging over you that, oh, we lost to the Raptors, we lost to the Thunder, we didn't show up. I think they want to just show up, build some momentum, and head in with their heads held high into the playoffs.
All right, Chris, here on the Clippers, -13.5 against the Toronto Raptors. And, of course, this one to begin 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass Channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium. A lot of NBA, a lot of baseball on the board. It's a Tuesday, so we got a full board tonight. What do you have going on over the site?
Well, people who know me know I'm probably going to tread lightly on the NHL until the playoffs, because we're almost at the finish line of the regular season. But tonight I still got my NBA Black Card special. You can put any amount on that. I like one of those fancy black credit cards. You can put any amount on. It's going to come back to you, double, triple, however you want to play it. Or you can actually get that back. I got a bit of a drive-through special. That play plus an additional my top 2 baseball plays tonight for $29.95. Guys, we always mention those 3-day, 7-day, 30-day passes eliminates the need for you to keep buying daily passes. Get you covered. You sign on, check your picks, then go make your bets. Do whatever you have to do throughout the day. Or you know what? Check out the season passes as well. Like I said, I got the playoff passes up there for $250 each for both the NBA and NHL. And like I said, that's where we're going to start taking some names. I think we're going to start making some money and making your book regret they ever took your action. We got the 2-for-1 capper deal, like Al mentioned earlier. Guys, check me out at Pick Dogs Premium. I promise you won't regret it. We're going to put money in your pockets.
All right, they wanted the original Puck Dog, Chris Ruffalo. Check him out over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm sure he'll have an NHL playoff package up there soon if he doesn't already. End of the season pass. Check them out over at Pick Dogs Premium. Got on board with Chris's one-day pass. Of course, do the upgrade, the long-term 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass will get you every play that Chris releases on the site. The 2-for-1 capper special means you can add another capper with Chris at a savings. Of course, you might want to have James Clark. Big Al McMorty, who's number 1 overall, with James Clark, number 1 in the NBA. Good time to get on board with one of those long-term passes. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, guys. Still a couple picks remaining. We were going to have both picks from the TNT doubleheader coming up here. We're going to have it for you here at the end of the show. Before we get there, guys, just a reminder, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. And if you missed any of the picks, don't worry. We're going to recap every play for you in time before the primetime hour. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We're going to go ahead and bring in James Clark, boys. He putting up some fantastic numbers. Just check his NBA for this season. Great work here by James Clark over at Pig Dogs Premium. Number 1 ranked capper in the NBA. Let's bring him in right now. James, how you doing?
Pretty good. How y'all guys?
Doing great, doing great. All right, here we go. TNT, this is game 2 of the doubleheader. Lakers to host the Knicks, 10 Eastern time. Lakers laying 3, total 211.5.
Yeah, you know, as you look at this, you know, everybody thinks the Lakers, you know, they do need this game and to win, you know, to try to, you know, to get in that 6th spot. But, you know, I don't see the Lakers getting that 6th spot. And if you look at the last 10 games, you know, the Lakers are 3-7, the Knicks are 7-3, and also the Knicks have won 9 of their last 11 games when they was the underdogs. And the Lakers, when they was favored, they have failed to cover the spread in their last 5 games when they were favored. So for me in this game, you know, I like the Knicks, the money line. You got to look at the end game story at this, y'all. You have Julius Randle, who got traded pretty much because LeBron wanted AD. I mean, then you got Derrick Rose, who was on a championship last year. Lakers got rid of him. You can't tell me that Knicks does not want this game so bad that they can go back to New York saying they just beat the Clippers and they beat the Lakers in the same week in the last few days. I really love this pick, man. I just don't see how the Knicks lose this game tonight, y'all.
All right, James, here on the Knicks money line plus 140 here against the LA Lakers on this road trip here. The Knicks have won 3 of 5 after losses at Denver and Phoenix. They came back and beat the Clippers by 6, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the games I kind of have my eye on, but I didn't get the pick in time. But I like the Knicks as well. I'm put a little bit on the money line as well as with the points, just because, like James said, I think Julius Randle, who's already playing really well as it is, has a chip on his shoulder and wants to stick it to his old team. And I think a lot of the narrative was LeBron James, whether he was going to play tonight. And, you know, we can go back and forth about if he would have made a difference or not. I still think the Knicks are the better team here. The Lakers may have the best player on the floor in Anthony Davis, but just overall, I think the Knicks are the better team and get the job done. I like plus 140 as well as with the points.
So going to be here with the Knicks money line plus 140 against the Lakers. Don't forget, the Knicks are also trying to steal that 4 seed in that East race with the Heat there. So that's something important there. And don't forget, the playoffs are going to be different. We'll see how these seating capacities change here with some of these governors, you know, maybe change their mind. Hey, let's go ahead. We got the playoff time. Let's raise up that capacity in these arenas. So you never know what's going to happen here as we get closer to the playoffs. So when the playoffs begin, there'll be a high demand for tickets. So could be really meaningful here to get that 4 seed in that first round of the postseason. Agreement here, Knicks money line plus 140 against the Lakers. That's game 2 of the doubleheader, 10 Eastern time on TNT. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. Big board tonight. NBA, we got Major League Baseball. Over 2,300 units of profit in the NBA this season. Document number 1. Fantastic work, James. What do you have going on over at the site?
Guys, I got a 7-pack going on. 4 of my best NBA plays that I really love, and 3 MLB. I've been red hot in the NBA, as you see, and also I've turned my MLB around too. The last 7 games or the last 9 days, I've won 7 of the last 9 picks that I had in MLB. The last 3 days, I've had 7 picks. The last 3 days, I've went 5-2. So if you want to grab my today's pack, my 7-pack, we go 7-0. Upgrade to the 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day. And also, I have a special tonight just for the drive-through. If you go, I just dropped my price, the yearly package. The guys that's got my picks back when I first started this, I had it at $350, and they are messaging me now, and they have doubled their money already, and just in my NBA plays that they have got, they have doubled to $350. But up until the show ends tonight, I'm dropping my price down to $250. You'll get my picks from now until we crown a championship in the NBA. Fellas, go grab that. That's a smoking deal. As you see, I've been red hot in the NBA. I mean, you can't beat that, fellas. Go get it, and I'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right.
Or you can also team me up, the 2-for-1 cappers. Sorry, Tony. Team me up, with the Mitch, Rod, any of the guys on here, Trey Jordan, any of them that's red hot. Like I always say, I have to say it's every show because I really believe we do have the best cappers in the world, guys.
All right, guys, get on board here with James Clark over at Pig Dogs. Remember that NBA playoff pass. Get every play from the NBA that James releases now until they crown a champion. Well, you said it was $250. Is that what you said? $250. That is a great deal because the NBA Finals will be probably over in mid-July. So that's 2 months of NBA coverage here for $250, covering every playoff game that James releases on the site is yours on an NBA playoff pass right now that's available. Also covered the final week here of the regular season. Get on board with that. You see the numbers, over 2,300 news of profit in the NBA. You'll see that document when you go over to his profile page. You'll see every play that he's released. A great value there from James Clark here on Pick Dogs. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll talk to you in a couple days.
All righty, fellas. Appreciate y'all having me on the show.
All right, James Clark here on the drive-thru. I will continue here with the coverage. Reminder, after this pick I give out, we're going to go ahead and do the recap, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. We greatly appreciate that. Really helps us build up our audience. All right, we're going to take a look at my play for tonight. We're going to go to the Heat and the Boston Celtics. That one's going to start here at 7:30 Eastern time on TNT. And let's go ahead and get that game information for you right now on this one. All right, the Heat are going to be laying 1.5 on the road, total 224.5. And you know what? I'm going to take the Heat here at -1.5. I'm not going to be scared here. I know people are talking about how fishy this line's look, but I'm going to get in the water on this one. Heat have won and covered 9 of their past 11. They are shooting the ball very well at 52%, 42% from 3. Pretty much a healthy team. Only Oladipo has been out. He hasn't played much. Boston dealing with that key injury. Jaylen Brown out for the season. But here's a key one that no one talks about. Robert Williams is a rebounder. They don't have a lot of beef inside, and missing this guy, I think, is an impact. He's doubtful with that toe injury. Celtics have failed to cover 7 of 9, as they said, 24th in defensive efficiency in that period, allowing 117 points per 100 possessions. Again, Miami, they're motivated here. They're only 1 game back of the Knicks for the 4th seed. And the Knicks, as we know, are underdogs tonight against the Lakers, so they can actually get close to getting that home court here if they get a win here against the Celtics here in that first round of the playoffs. So I'm going to go ahead and take the point, lay the 1.5 here with the Heat, Chris.
Yeah, this was definitely a game I looked at, and so much so that I do have a premium pick on the side. But on the total, I was looking at this one. I don't know how we get to 225 here. I mean, like you mentioned, Jaylen Brown's out. I don't think Jason Tatum's going to be able to go a full 48 minutes. Yes, the defensive efficiency numbers are down, but these are two teams that like to get physical and like to sort of rough each other up. So could I see both teams getting into the mid, 100 to 110 range? Sure, but I don't know how we get to 225 or whatever the total's at right now. So I like the under in this one.
All right, Chris is going to go under here. 224.5, the under total here. And this one you could probably shop, find even better. So Chris looking at the under. I'm looking at the Heat here at -1.5. Again, this game, 7:30 Eastern time on TNT. Guys, I have a 5-pack right now up on the board. Check me out over at Pick Dogs. We got a couple from the NBA and baseball mixed in. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper special. You can match me up with another capper, with Chris, with James, Big L, you name it. Of course, the 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass there over at Pig Dogs Premium, so check me out. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to do the show recap. And James Clark will join us as he does on Tuesdays on the recap. We got started here with Alex. Athletics, Red Sox under 8.5. Tony Brown, 76ers minus 5.5 against the Pacers. Al Ninos, Blue Jays minus 111 against the Braves. Rod Zawacky, Yankees run line minus 1.5 runs plus 130 against the Orioles. Chris, Clippers laying the 13.5 against the Raptors. James, Knicks money line plus 140 against the Lakers. Yours truly, Heat minus 1.5 against the Celtics. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I got to go with James. I like that Knicks money line. I also like with the points, but I really like the money line as well. We're getting great value there.
All right, he's going there with the Knicks money line. All right, let's go over to James. James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I got a tie here, y'all. I like Tony Brown's and I like yours too. Both of these teams, I look for both of these teams to win. I'm sorry I got a tie, but I really like both of them to win. Right. Sixers are click the playoff, the first spot, and the Heat beat the Celtics again.
All right, I'm going to look here and go with mine. I'm going to look at El Nino's Blue Jays minus 111 against the Braves in this one. All right, that'll do it for another edition here of the Drive-Thru. Guys, tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have a full book of 8 cappers on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the primetime games. All right, let's bring on the crew for tonight. Let's give out a nice wave to goodbye to everybody. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m.